we have just received an offer for... Oh, Duffy hits the post. Oh my God, we hit the post twice. And I've actually gone back to the table for Mustafa Abdul Rahman, and he accepts that. We might have overpaid. Welcome to Severn Vale United. Coming to you live from the Cavalier Chronicle. Here's this week's report. Severn Vale's first season in the championship is now underway. The Cavaliers have already made 3 signings this window in Zezo, Massimo Ricci, and Andre Barros. However, my sources are telling me that there are still more deals to be done ahead of deadline day, especially with a shocking outgoing looming on the horizon. Meanwhile, the manager and the coaches have been drilling the team on defense on the training ground ahead of their games versus Birmingham, Leicester City, and Wigan Athletic. Jones has noticed Severn Vale's backup keeper Adario Campos putting in extra effort in training. He's even outperformed starting keeper Enrique Castillon-Davis in a few sessions. My sources are monitoring the situation as the fight for the second goalkeeper spot is currently up for grabs. The manager has also just received his first scouting reports from England, Malaysia, and Ghana. A few of the talents have impressed during their trials, so be on the lookout for some new exciting additions to the squad. That's going to be all for this week. Now, let's get to work. Hey, what's up guys? It's LDJ here and welcome back to the Severn Vale United career mode. Make sure to slide tackle that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to join the board of directors. You can also join my Discord server. The link is in the description. Now, last episode, we got off the mark in the championship with our game against Millwall that we drew 2-2. We also brought in 5 new players to the club, 3 signings and 2 youth players. And ahead of our game against Newport County, I'm going to bring in 1 more player. As you guys can see, Benji Van Dijk is still 1 day out from returning from his broken ankle injury that he suffered last season, and his sharpness is at a whopping 0, which means he probably won't be fit to start any games for the next week or 2. And seeing as how Sean is the only recognized striker in the squad, we need another striker. Now, I thought about dipping into the transfer market to buy a 3rd choice striker, but I thought that wouldn't really be a good use of our funds just in case we need to make a first team or bench signing for one of the other positions in our squad. And I currently don't have any 3rd choice striker options in the transfer hub. I'm also waiting on a couple of other reports from strikers in the Premier League that we can maybe loan in. But seeing as how I don't have a clear-cut option and we have our game against Newport coming up soon, I'm going to use another youth squad promotion slot, which means we're only going to have 2 more for the rest of the season unless we get a scenario which allows us to get another one. I'm trying to continue to build out our squad because we only have 29 players in the squad and we're going to need everyone if we want to finish in the top 6 spot. My candidates for our 3rd choice striker are Lloyd Richards and Rory Watson. I've played with Rory Watson a decent amount of times in the youth games and he plays well, but for some reason I feel like he won't translate well to men's football, which is why we are going to be promoting our Welsh striker Lloyd Richards. We are now going to have 2 Welsh players in the team with Bryn Lloyd and Lloyd Richards. I actually think I might end up changing Lloyd Richards' name because I don't like the fact that him and Bryn Lloyd, their names are too similar. They're both from Wales. I just think that's EA being lazy with the, name pool for the countries. So I actually think I'm going to go ahead and change his name and then promote him to the first team. And introducing our brand new striker, Miles Wynn. I had ChatGPT give me a bunch of names that are popular in Wales, and these were 2 of the names that I found, and I thought they sounded good together. Plus, if Miles wins us a game, I can say it's winning time. So I thought that was pretty cool. And this is how we line up against Newport County. We are running a very rotated side here as everyone was tired from our Millwall game. And Kevin Yevas is also very fatigued this game, but he is the center back with the most fitness. And Miles Wynn is getting thrown straight into the fire. He starts up top at striker, so that means we've got another debut scenario. If he can get a goal or assist and a match rating of a 7.0 or higher, he will get a +2 to his potential. Up the Cavaliers, let's go Severn Vale. We've got a lot of new players in the squad this season, a lot of new youth players, some new signings, and the transfer window is still open for us to make some deals. Now, we are playing a weakened squad, even though this is lower level opposition. We're going to have to be at our A game if we want to progress in the Carabao Cup. Our main captain is Lindsay, but if you guys know who should be our vice captain, let me know. And here's Sean playing Cam. Dean Giles running forward. Can he get a goal? And he can, and we score early, even with the rotated squad. And that's Dean Giles' first goal of the season. He doesn't get to play often, but when he does, he bags. And that's already an assist for Sean. He's such a great playmaker. We may have to run that two-striker formation a little bit this season, so we can get Benji and Sean into the starting lineup. Into Phillips. Phillips has a wide open shot, and he can't put it on target. He's not the greatest shooter if it's not inside the box, I've noticed. He can't really take long shots. He can't take finesse shots. He's good at dribbling. That release clause in Ruben Phillips' contract. Who knows where his future lies? Wind's open. Lots of space for him. Another shot. This time it's deflected. Into Sean. He hits the post. We're cooking this Newport team. This Newport team can't handle us. Into Duffy, he's wide open. On Duffy, it's the post. Oh my God, we hit the post twice. They can't handle our press. We're forcing them to kick it long every time. And our players are just a lot more physical. I'm a bit disappointed. We're only going into the half up 1 goal. I feel like we've dominated this team, but the scoreline's not really showing that. In Winzo. He gets past one challenge. Oh, that was horrible. He got a bit nervous on the tackle there, but we make it to halftime up 1-0 against Newport County. And we're not making any changes ahead of the second half. We're going straight into it and going to see if we can grab that second goal early. Robert Duffy is not doing any running for the rest of his career. He's retiring this season. Gonna try and make it a memorable retirement. There's nothing in that ref. He's going for the ball. Oh, Jones is out of position. Get back, Jones. Stop the cross. Ooh, they cut in. This is why we needed that second goal, boys. Good tackle. And he gets past one defender. Phillips finds Dean Guile and he hits the post. And Miles Wynn does pick up a yellow card. And Dean Guile hits the post for our 3rd post hit of the game. We just cannot get that next goal. And we're making 2 subs of our own. Luke Cox and Fernando Montero are coming onto that left side. And Jones III and Kevin Evas are getting a much needed rest ahead of our next game. We do have Benji Van Dijk on the bench. I do think I'm going to bring him on just to get him some minutes. Sean can't get past his defender. They're playing so deep. They're inviting the pressure, but we just can't break them down. Here we go. Sean have one. And that one goes over the bar. And we are going to be making 2 more subs. Benjamin Van Dijk and Jackson Wagner are coming on from Miles Wynn and Robert Duffy. Good job, Luca. Our defense has been immense. We deserve a clean sheet this game. And Benji's on the ball again. Yeah, he's just not fit. He's gonna need a couple training sessions to get back to where he was last season. And we are going to be making 1 last sub. Bryn Lloyd is coming on for Ruben Phillips, who hasn't had the greatest game out there. I really like this kid. And he gets past his defender. He's a lot more dynamic than Phillips is on that right wing. And he swings in a cross for Jackson. I wanted him to bicycle that. Van Dijk, oh, unlucky. Eric. Oh, I thought that went in. I thought that was going to be the one for Eric. Usually his shots bounce off a defender, but that one was pure. Yes, Luke. Knock that down, Benji. Great win. Get in your spot. Oh, Jackson. What a grinded out game in the Carabao Cup. We come away with the 1-0 win. After hitting the post 3 times, they didn't really threaten us at all this game, but we just could not get that second goal. But it doesn't matter. We're on to the next round of the Carabao Cup thanks to a Dean Guile winner. Sean Meyer finished man of the match with an assist and a 9.7. Eric Escamilla and Dean Guile also had a great game in our midfield. Miles Wynn didn't get a goal or an assist, but he got a match rating over a 7, which means he'll get a +1 to his potential instead of the +2. And because of our win against Newport County in the Carabao Cup, we get to spin the wheel to get a scenario for this episode. We landed on number 1, which is kind of crazy, and that is going to be the first positive scenario, which is breakout star. Last season, we got this towards the beginning of the season, and that ended up being Maxim Kuczynski, who went on to have a great season. But he has since been dropped from the squad now, and we have another chance to get another breakout star. So I've got all of our fringe players' initials on the wheel, and whoever we land on is who our breakout star is going to be. And we have landed on IC, which is Adario Campos, our second or third choice goalkeeper, depending on who you ask. So this means he is going to have to start the next 3 games in a row. Dario is technically our lowest rated keeper at a 62. Felix Segura, who just got promoted, is 1 rating higher than him. And Enrique is a whole 7 ratings higher. So hopefully we can keep clean sheets while he's playing these next 3 games, but it's not gonna look pretty. But hey, maybe he'll prove me wrong and actually prove to be our future star. But before we go ahead and play Birmingham City, we've got 3 new youth scout reports. Starting off in England, we've got a winger in Gabriel Horton who looks amazing. We're going to go ahead and sign him up, especially now that we are low on wingers in the academy. Charlie Weston also looks really good, a right winger. I didn't even send Theodore Power to England to look for wingers, but it seems to be all he's finding right now. We're also going to sign Frankie Hunter, a striker, 17 years old, and that's going to be it from England. Let's check on Malaysia. Mamat Saeed looks good, another winger. We're going to have a lot of wingers in the academy. It's going to be very competitive over there, but we're going to go ahead and sign him up. And that looks like that's going to be our only player from Malaysia. And last but not least, let's check on Ghana. Oh, this center back is Lansar Tufawar. He looks like a beast, 6'4". Yeah, sign him up. Tete Salawu also looks goated at CDM. We're going to sign him up as well. Let's go check on those new players in the academy. And if you guys have any name changes for these new players, drop them down in the comments and I'll implement them before the next episode. So we've got Lansare. Thought his overall would have been a little higher than a 58, but he's already got 5-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves, great physicals, bruiser, and anticipate, which are great traits to have as a center back. Tete Salawu comes in as a 63. He's got the jockey play style, 4-star, 3-star, all around decent stats. Gabriel Horton comes out the gate, 64, left wing. We don't have many of those. Charlie Weston's a 54. He's 14 years old, so he's got time to cook in here. And our one player from Malaysia comes in at a 61, 17 years old. What's his pace like? He's not the fastest, but we'll keep him around. And Frankie Hunter's a 62, but our youth academy is looking great. It's looking competitive, and I can't wait to get at least 2 more of these guys into the squad this season. And we have got our first offer for gambling addict Maxim Kuczynski from San Jose Earthquakes. All the MLS teams want to buy our players, I guess. And we're going to go ahead and accept this. We're not going to negotiate. We're just going to get him out of here. And we've got an offer for Felix Segura as well. We just promoted him. I feel like I should be able to reject this, right? He didn't have a great debut. Al Nasir wants him. That would be crazy to sell him after we just promoted him. But let's check his worth, because that looks like a higher end offer. He's worth 1.9. The offer is for 2.2. We have to accept this. We're going to negotiate this for Felix Segura. And this is actually perfect for Adario Campos, because now he's got no one standing in his way for that second choice goalkeeping spot. And if we do sell Segura, that opens up another youth slot for us to use this season, and they'll give me 2.5. So Felix Segura came in the door a couple days ago, and he's going right back out the door. I wish you could put buyback clauses in these things. Looks like Al Nassr just got their goalkeeper for the future. And this is how we line up against Birmingham City. Adario Campos is taking on that number 1 position for the next 3 games. Hopefully we can grab these wins. Up the Cavaliers. Let's go Severn Vale. And here we are playing in our red kit for the first time. It looks insane. We don't even look like ourselves. We still got Van Dijk on the bench. He's fit to play, but I don't feel like starting him because he just came back from an ankle injury. a broken ankle, mind you. And Adario is definitely going to be tested this episode in these next 3 games. And they hit the post early. Our defense is still looking a bit shaky, and we get a little lucky there. They hit the post. Here we go. Quick passing. And Richie's got Akers. He needs help, though. He's getting double teamed. And you find Sean. Can Sean finish? Oh, what a tackle. Oh, and Sean's down. That's not good. That is not good, Sean. Please get up, brother. We can't have you getting injured. Oh, I hope that's not a serious injury. Oh, no. Oh, no. They've put Montero in a blender. What a save, Adario. He's saving us right now. Our defense is not up to task. He's rising to the occasion so far. We need the rest of the team to follow suit. Come on, Massimo, win that. Oh, what a pass. Oh, offside. And they take the lead. I thought that was offside, but I guess not. And Adario already can't keep a clean sheet in his first game. That one's not his fault. It looks like Lindsay actually tries to step up, gets it all wrong, and they fire it past our breakout star for this episode. Good job, Zezo. Even with the injury, Sean can still create. Please tell me he's on. Oh my God, these guys can't stay on side. This Birmingham team's playing a really high line. It's a lot different from the last game we played where their line was super deep and we could just run straight into the box. I can definitely tell the difference in skill between the championship and League One. We still have the advantage. Zezo. Looking for an option. Oh, and he finds Luis. Oh, and Luis gets the rebound. We get lucky there. Zezo orchestrated that play. He gets a bit lucky. That finish isn't the greatest. Our goalkeeper makes a great save, but the ball rolls straight back to him. And Luis Adame scores his first goal of the championship season. And Reynolds searches for Phillips, and he finds him on the other side of the field. Luis is growing into the game now. Hurdles that challenge, and we make it to halftime all squared up against Birmingham City, one of the stronger teams in this league. We've made one sub at halftime. Fernando Montero has come off for Luka Balaver as Montero was struggling for fitness a bit. He was having a good game, but we got to make sure our players are fit, especially against a team like this. Good save, Adario. And Van Dijk is going to come on for Sean Meyer, who picked up an injury in the first half. He's still coming back from an injury of his own. This Birmingham team has really been a challenge so far. And we're making 2 subs. Andre Barros, our new center midfielder, is coming on at CDM for Thomas Reynolds, and Jackson Wagner is coming on for Massimo Ricci, who has disappointed me a little bit out there, trying to inject some pace into this side. Barros gets absolutely clattered in the middle of the pitch on his first touch. Jones is locked in defensively this season. Yeah, oh, Jackson's just gone down. Too many injuries in this game. Uh-oh. Come on, Adario. Good save. I hope that's not a major injury. Here we go. Counterattack. Oh, we're so through. Come on, Phillips. Oh, you Phillips. And Phillips picks it up off the counterattack. What a counterattack from the Severn Vale boys. And Phillips fights back against the criticism, man. And he may have just given us the winner against Birmingham. Ball's bouncing all over the place. It's getting chaotic out there. Come on, Jones. You've been locked down all game. What a block. Jones has been my man of the match. We've been a little disappointing this game, but nothing has come down to right side of the pitch. And Luis clears it out, and we get out of there with the win away from home against a very good Birmingham side. I did not think we were going to go on to win that game, honestly. I thought a draw was pretty accurate for how we played against them, but we do snatch the 3 points and get our first win in the championship. Well, I guess Jackson Wagner got the assist for that goal. Hopefully his injury wasn't too bad. And Luis Adame with the man of the match award, 8.9. It says Thomas Reynolds got a 7.6, but I don't think so. And Adario Campos is 7.2. Didn't keep a clean sheet, but that wasn't his fault. I think he had a decent game out there. And we have just received an offer for Thomas Reynolds. He's worth $5 million, and this offer from Burnley is $6 million. Now, Burnley are in the championship with us. They just got relegated, but they are a bigger club than us. This offer is worth more than his market value. And to be completely honest, I'm not in love with Thomas Reynolds. He's a great player. I think he had a good first season for us. He won Clutch Player of the Year last season, but I do think we can go out there and purchase another CDM who can fill in his shoes. So I'm going to go ahead and negotiate this, try and get a little bit more money, and we'll see what happens with that. But if we do go out and sell Reynolds, we are going to have to find a replacement. We do have Barros and Escamilla, but Barros was bought to be a backup to Luis. So we'll just have Eric Escamilla as a CDM. And they're going to give us 6.7 for Thomas Reynolds. Oh man, was not expecting to have to sell him this window. And while we wait to see what happens with Reynolds, we're going to go ahead and look at some targets for CDMs in the transfer hub. And unfortunately, both of the injuries that we picked up in the last game are serious ones. Sean Meyer has broken his toe and he's going to be out for 3 months. And Jackson Wagner's injury is less severe, but he's going to be out for 4 weeks with a sprained knee. And Maxim Kaczynski has been sold after his gambling scandal. He's going to California. He's going to San Jose, which isn't too far away from Las Vegas. So he's going to have his fair share of casinos away from our team. And Felix Segura is also departing from the club just after we promoted him from the academy. This now means we have 1 extra slot to promote an academy player this season, as Segura's transfer means we have opened up another academy player position. Best of luck to you, Segura. You only played 1 game for us and you got scored on a lot. It is what it is. I guess it's just business. Oh my God. I'm terrible at negotiating. And unfortunately, Thomas Reynolds is also departing the club. He's been here since day 1. He was one of the first youth academy players we promoted alongside Ruben Phillips. He is going on to Burnley. We're going to come up against him later on this season, at least twice. So we're going to be looking forward to that. Best of luck to you in your career, Thomas. And hopefully we see you in the Premier League when we make it there. I could have got 8 million. There's no way, right? I mean, I really suck at negotiating. And that gives us $9 million in our transfer budget to go ahead and make some new signings. And I have gone ahead and identified 6 targets for this new CDM spot. My absolute number 1 target would be this Pablo Ojeda guy. He is my absolute number 1 target would be this Pablo Ojeda guy. He is Sergio Busquets regen, who somehow got sent back to Miami FC, who somehow got sent back to Inter Miami FC. He's 20 years old, left-footed, already 75 overall. And my next target would be Felix Aubert, another left-footer from the French league playing for Montpellier. And last but not least, we got a player playing for Barcelona in Mbaye Kamara, 72 overall, 17 rated, left-footed. Now, the wages are a little bit concerning because he plays for Barcelona. I am going to go ahead and target him first and see if we can get him on loan. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get Pablo Ojeda first. So after that, I'm going to try for Felix Aubert, and if that doesn't work, we're going to go and try and get Mbaye Kamara on loan. And if neither of those work, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is my offer for Pablo Ojeda. This is definitely getting rejected. And yeah, well, on to the next one. And this is going to be the offer for Felix Aubert. I have a little bit of room to negotiate here because his wages aren't as much as Ojeda's were. And they just want an 8% sell-on clause. You know what? We're going to accept this one. He was my second choice target. I don't think it was realistic to go and get that Mbaye guy from Barcelona. Don't know why he would come to Severn Vale right now. So we are going to go ahead and get Felix Aubert through the door. And this is the contract being offered to Felix Aubert. And he accepts that. We might have overpaid. That's usually a sign that we overpaid, but we'll take that. Felix Aubert, welcome to Severn Vale United. So we've got our Reynolds replacement in through the door. He is now our second highest rated player alongside Zezo, who greets him at the door. Love to see that. And yeah, hopefully he can, make our defense better. I know he's not a center back, but he is a CDM. And I feel like Thomas Reynolds wasn't really getting better on the defensive side. He was a great interceptor, but he was kind of getting lost in the middle of the pitch. And with this signing, I'm actually going to be changing our formation. And this is going to be our new tactic. It's still a 4-3-3, but instead we're going to be playing with a CDM, a lone CDM, and then 2 center mids in front of him. Zezo is going to play that playmaker attack center mid, and Adame is going to play that box-to-box center mid. Pretty much everything else is the same. The left wing spot is now a wide playmaking spot instead of a inside forward. And the right wing spot is also a wide playmaker spot, as I want to try and cross the ball a little bit more. And our striker spot is now an and our striker spot is now an advanced forward instead of a poacher. Now, with the new tactic and our new signing all done and dusted, let's get into these next 2 simmed games. And this is how we are going to line up against Wigan Athletic. Felix Aubert is going to start off the bench this game as he's not 100% sharp. Hopefully this experiment with this new formation works. And we won that game 1-0 with our goal coming off a corner from Zezo onto Luka Balaver's head in the first half. It was a real grinded out game. Dario Campos actually picked up man of the match, our breakout star for this episode, and it looks like he's living up to that title. Into the next game. And this is how we line up against Burnley in the Carabao Cup. Albert is making his first start, so he gets a debut scenario even though he made his official debut in the last game. If we can keep a clean sheet and he can achieve a match rating of a 7.0 or higher, he will get a +2 to his potential. Bryn Lloyd scored his first goal for the club today, but we did lose 2-1 to Burnley in the Carabao Cup, which sees us get knocked out of the tournament. Felix Aubert finished with a 6.6 and no clean sheet, which means he is not getting a boost to his potential. And I've actually gone back to the table for Mustafa Abdul Rahman, but this time it's for a loan deal. So we're going to be able to sign Mustafa Abdul Rahman on loan, no option to buy, so he's gonna go back to this club at the end of the season. But if he performs well for us, you know, he could be a good little option. He's technically better than Massimo Ricci. I wanted to go after him, but that stamina of 57 really put me off. This deal probably won't be completed until after our game for Leicester, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into our final game of the episode. And since we're in the championship now, and there's probably a lot more teams there's probably a lot more players on these teams that we'll recognize, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start showing this probable lineup for the games. So they've got Eric Dyer on this team on the bench. They've got El Kanu still, Daka still there, Fatuo still there, Ndidian Winks, Charles Bassey from Fulham, Matty Cash from Villa. The team's pretty much the same. Their bench is a little different, but overall, they're still a decent team, 4-star team. And this is how we are going to line up against Leicester City. Our team is really struggling for fitness right now, so Massimo Ricci is going to play striker this game with Benji Van Dijk coming in off the bench. Robert Duffy is getting a decent amount of starts so far this season in his last year with the club. We have a brand new center back partnership with Nievas and Balaver at the back, and Eric Escamilla retains his starting CDM spot after Felix Aubert failed to impress on his first start. Zezo gets to start alongside Adame as well, and I'm hoping for a big result away from home against a top team. Up the Cavaliers, let's go Severn Vale. Our squad desperately needs to get bigger if we are going to compete in the championship and all of our cup competitions this season. We already got knocked out of the Carabao Cup because of fitness reasons, and I want to try and get far in the FA Cup when that comes around. Don't seem like they like to cross too much. Oh, Canus is getting locked up by Jones. Jones at third is already having a great season so far. Safe hands, safe hands. Let's hit Zezo. He's gone. We need runners though. Duffy, can you hit Richie? He cuts in. What a ball. Into Richie. Oh, and Richie can't finish. I thought that's who picked up the ball originally, but he was the one in the center. I think that's on his weaker right foot, but he's got to finish that. We're away from home. We're going to need to take every chance we can get against this team. Good tackle, Kevin. Oh, what? Another great tackle from Kevin. We got some really good center backs in the squad. Phillips and Akers. I'm looking for Richie. He's not open. Oh, okay. We still get the ball, though. Ref! Richie! What a save. We probably should have took the free kick there, but Richie wanted the shot. Let's get out the box. Let's get out the box. Offside? What a save again. We're defending for our lives right now. If we can get Richie on a run. He's inside it. Come on, Richie. Come on, Richie. What a save. Richie on the rebound. Against the run of play. Severn Vale United go up over Leicester City. Massimo Ricci getting his first goal for the club. Verbruggen makes a great save initially, but it falls right back to the Italian's feet, and he smashes it home. What a save, actually. But it bounces right back to him. And we go up. away from home. And we go into halftime up 1-0. Good performance from the boys. Great defensive showing. We're going to have to sub our fullbacks off at some point. They've been running up and down the pitch all game. Luke Cox is there. Can you get there? And he can. What a ball that was from Luis. It gets back to him at the edge of the box. And his shot goes straight at the goalkeeper. I thought that was going to be a great goal. He found Luke Cox in the absolute corner of the field. It gets back to him somehow. But unfortunately, his shot was not good enough. And like I said, we're making our 2 fullback subs. Cox and Jones III are coming off for Janin and Ferguson. Good showing from them. Hopefully our 2 youth players can come in and keep up the tempo. We're going to go ahead and make 2 more subs. Dean Giles coming in for Zezo, who has not really been in the game. And Miles Wynn is coming on for Robert Duffy, with Massimo Ricci moving out to the left wing spot. We're playing great defense. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that second goal, but we're up. Oh, that's a foul. Tactical foul, though. Tactical foul. Yep. He's going to take that. Tactical foul. That's what our CDM needs to do. He realized we were in danger and he cut it out. And we are going to bring on Van Dijk for Phillips for the last couple minutes of this game. See if maybe we can get one more shot. We've played this perfectly. You know, we got the goal early and defended our lead for the rest of the game. That's what we're going to have to do in the championship against these better teams. Here we go. Last attack. Oh, we just give the ball away. Now they have the last attack. Can we stop the movement? That's another tactical foul. Massimo Ricci absolutely takes his legs out from underneath him. Another tactical foul. We're playing a little dirty out there, but we gotta do what we gotta do. The boys are a little tired out there. We've been defending all game, and they're gonna have a free kick to end this game. One last piece of defending. That's you, Kevin. And we clear it. Referee blow, and we get the W against Leicester at their ground. 1-0, another grinded out game, and a clean sheet on top of that. Massimo Ricci with the game-winning goal in the first half, and we stunned the Foxes at the King Power Stadium. Massimo Ricci got an 8.3. The rest of the team didn't really have a great game. Zezo was poor. Phillips got an assist, but other than that was kind of poor. Eric, I think, had a decent game in the middle. Our defense, though. 7.1 from Cox, 7.5 from Kevin, 7.5 from Luca, 7.1 from Jones, 8.6 from our keeper, Enrique Castillon-Davis, and he picks up man of the match. Well in, son. And after our game against Leicester City, Mustafa Abdul-Rahman has arrived at the club on loan, and he is going to help make our team better. Only for a season. Maybe we can sign him at the beginning of season 4 if he performs. He is coming in to add some much needed competition on that left side of the field. The Saudi Arabian wearing number 20, and we have just signed another player. This has probably been our most busiest transfer window of the entire series, and that kind of makes Jackson Wagner expendable. And that brings us to deadline day. I don't have any deals that I want to do, but it looks like Luke Cox is under a bid from Leverkusen. The German teams really want our American left back. He is one of our untouchables this season, so I can go ahead and reject any bid I want to for him. But I'm still going to see what it is. They're offering 4.9 million. That's on the lower end, so we're going to reject that straight away. I'm going to have my scouts scour the market in search of a utility defender, and if I can find one, we're going to put in a last-minute bid ahead of the end of the transfer window. And I found the perfect target, Joachim Da Costa, who plays for Galway United in the Irish League. He can play center back, right back, and left back, and he's worth 1.1 million. I think that's just enough for us to go ahead and sign him. He's got good defensive stats, good physicals, or decent physicals at least. We're going to make our last signing of the transfer window. Let's see if we can get this done. See if they'll take that. And they take that. So we're going to be able to bring in Da Costa for under $1 million. He's meant to just be a backup player, backup defender, can cover multiple options. He runs rotation, perfect. Let's even try and give him sporadic because I don't know how many games he's going to get. Rotation, okay, rotation's fine. Oh, he wants a big wage increase. Let's try and talk you down. You know, you're coming from the Irish League. All right, and he'll take a flat 7. That was a long negotiation. Tried to back him down, but he was not budging, and we were kind of in a tough spot, so we're just going to go ahead and give him 7,000 weekly. And welcome to the club, Da Costa. I already forgot his first name. And here he is arriving at the club. This is probably going to be our last signing of the window. I don't think there's any time for us to sell or buy a player. And hopefully he can come in and, you know, provide some competition and training for those defensive spots, because he can play all across the back line. And he's going to be a very important squad player. DaCosta, he gets the number 6 from Thomas Reynolds. It was open, so I guess he just decided to take it. And that's going to be the end of the summer transfer window. And here's a quick recap of all the transfer business we did these last couple of months. We sold Azaria Kacha to LAFC for 2.3 million, and we replaced him with a Massimo Ricci from Sassuolo for the same price. We brought in Andre Barros from Aruca for 3 million, sold Maxim Kaczynski to San Jose Earthquakes for 2.6 million. We do a lot of business with the MLS. We sold Segura for 2.5 million. That's pure profit there. We sold Thomas Reynolds to Burnley for 6.7, brought in Felix Aubert for 6.5, who was one rating higher than Reynolds, and we brought in DaCosta for 990k from Galway United. We signed Zezo for free. Tomoya Sakubara went out on loan to Cadiz, and we brought in Mustafa Abdulrahman on loan from Konyaspor. And we're going to finish the episode in 3rd place in the championship. We've played 4 games, won 3, and drawn 1. We've scored 6 goals, allowed 3. Our defense is slowly getting better, and we are still undefeated in the championship. Looking ahead to next episode, we've got some tough games coming up against Huddersfield City. Looking ahead to next episode, we've got some tough games coming against Huddersfield Town, West Bromwich Albion, Luton Town, some big games coming ahead, and we're really going to be tested to see if we are built for the championship. But that is going to be the end of this episode. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I've been LD, this is the Severn Vale United Career Mode, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.